Hi, welcome to Garden Today. Today we're going to be talking about pest management, controlling the pests that get into your garden. And my son is building a dog pen, so he's not with us today. So you got me as a cameraman also. But anyway, let me turn you around and I'll show you what's kind of happened. And basically this is the corn, and something has come in and shredded the corn. So since it's been shredded like that, we know one thing. We know it wasn't a deer, because the deer would come here and would eat the kernel off. They won't shred it. What I suspect, I'm not sure how they climb up it without breaking or whatever. I suspect that it's a raccoon or a possum. I really lean pretty strongly toward a possum. Could be a squirrel. Don't really know. If it's a squirrel, you know, I'm kind of in bad shape. But if it's a possum, I did find out where he's coming in. So let's look at that first and kind of what I'm going to be doing. Got to back up over here and pick up my stakes. So I've got around my fence to keep the chickens out. I should have thought this through. On this other side, I've got chicken wire around my fence. You know, had a regular net wire fence. A barbed wire fence started out and then put in net wire, and then we got chickens, and the chickens decided to come into the garden, so we put the net wire to keep the chickens out. Now they can fly over this, but the ones that flew over this, we no longer have them, so they're not here. So surprisingly, this year I had not had any chickens in the garden, so they learn pretty quickly. But if we go to look, and I noticed when I planted this grapevine, look right here, something has been going in and out right there. Now, I don't know if it's happened this time or not, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those stakes and nail it down and keep from going through there. Now, can the squirrels, possums, raccoons get over the fence? Sure. That's not going, you know, that's not going to keep those out. But maybe it helped deter them. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to plant my corn right here. I thought about planting a second crop of corn since this corn was very pitiful. But I know for a couple of reasons it was not deer. First off, deer would not shred it like that. And second off, the deer would eat my pears, my pear trees. And that one pear tree is loaded down this year. So since it's loaded down, nothing's been eating it. I know it's not deer. I also have not seen any more deer tracks since I put up the fence here. Now, getting back to the, the possum and the raccoon or squirrels, the only other thing you can do once you start doing that and it doesn't keep them out, you do have to trap them or shoot them, whatever, hunt them. I'm not a big, I'm not a hunter, but that is an option. Sometimes you have to do it. If you're going to trap them, though, one thing I will caution you is don't trap and release, okay? It doesn't work. I know with squirrels, I think there was one study that they took a squirrel and they moved him out of his territory to another spot. And I think either 90 or 97% of the squirrels that they did this to died within a month after they released them, and usually of starvation or just stress. Squirrels are very, very territorial. So when a new one comes in, they're not going to let them eat. They don't know where the food source is. They don't know where the water source is. They're at a very bad, disadvantage. So you're not doing them any favors. If you're going to trap them, be prepared to take care of them. Now, one thing that you don't want, I use live traps because you don't know what you may trap the neighbor's cat, the neighbor's dog. I wouldn't, when we talk about trapping, because one time at work, I said I can bring a trap. We was going to try to trap a cat. It was a wild cat that got up in the engine on one of our trucks. And I said, well, I'll bring a trap up. And she immediately started saying, we're not going to kill the cat. And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, we're not going to take a trap, and I said, I've got live traps. Don't worry. It's not going to hurt them. And we trapped the cat. And she actually took it home, released it into her house. And it was a truly wild cat. And it took a couple of months, but she finally tamed it down somewhat. and we took care of it. So, you know, the problem with the, you know, the possums and the raccoons and the squirrels, you can't take them into your house. So be prepared for that. If not, I don't really have a good, you know, how do you deter a squirrel? They're here. They're all around. Possums and really raccoons are kind of the same way. But, you know, you can get a dog. Sometimes they'll work. My dogs don't. They like to sleep at night. But the deer started getting in here this year. So I put up this secondary fence. Okay, now they'd already been in here, had already ate the peas that were over here. And so I knew they were getting in here. So I put in this fence. And this is my regular fence. You know, they'll jump over that in a heartbeat. Not a problem in the world. But this secondary fence confuses them. They don't want to jump in and then be trapped in between these two fences. So that scares them. Now, most people will take and go outside the fence and put in a one-wire, you know, like an electric fence or whatever, just a one-wire fence, and that will also confuse them, supposedly. But I didn't want to do that because I got horses. My horse and donkeys are up over there. I didn't want him getting hung up in it, or her getting hung up in it. So what I did was just build another fence with T-post and put this little twine on it. The twine's not going to stop anything, but he don't know that. And then I put some of the reflecting flags on it, which hasn't worked just really great because they come on one side. But I put those on there so he would see that fence and know there's a fence here. And I had to take that fence and put it all the way over there and take it down here. I did make it wide enough that I could get a lawnmower through here if I need to. So I can mow this area if I need to. It is kind of a pain. I did initially put in these sensors, and they kind of worked. Now, this sensor here didn't do anything. Okay, this predator eye, and basically it shoots out a red dot, or used to. I don't know if it still does. Don't really care because it didn't do anything. It did not scare anything. But if I ever got lost on a dark night, I could see that light and know how to get back to the fence. That's about it. So that was a waste of 20 bucks. And these will work a little bit, but they get used to it, and they also start figuring out how they can get in the garden without it, you know. I got 6 or 7 around, but they will figure out, you know, what sets them off, and they'll figure that out. And they'll still, because I had these set up, you know, I had one there, down there at the end, and I had one here. Well, he just learned how to jump in and get around that and graze on it without setting them off. So, or you got used to the sound. So that did not work very well. Like I say, but this so far, and it's been over a month, and I've got that still growing, so far has worked really well. He has not come back in it. So to me, this has been a success. I got a little wide here, so I just put some ribbons across here, and then I went all the way down there too. Now I didn't cross over the other fence because I don't think he goes that far. I think he either jumps across about halfway down there, or he jumps off somewhere down this fence here, or he gets into the orchard and jumps over that fence. So I had to fence off 3 of them like that, and so far that has worked. Now, you know, I wish I could walk up here and say, hey, here's a foolproof way to be able to take care of the possums and the squirrels and all that without harm like I have the deer. I don't know of a way. But your deer is a big problem. Now, some people say, well, why don't you shoot the deer? Since they're a nuisance deer, can't you shoot them? I don't think you can convince any game warden if you shot a deer that you're just doing it for nuisance. And as one guy said, we have, you know, farmers that have large acreages, and if they would let them shoot all the deer because there was a nuisance, we wouldn't have any deer left in Texas. So I don't think that's going to work. Now, it does work as far as you trapping them, and they're nuisance animals for, like, you know, possums and raccoons and stuff. I have heard that you know, I knew a guy that he was direct. He said he had a neighbor go onto his property because he had a possum, I think, that was, you know, the possum raccoon that was stealing his crop, and he had a market garden. So he trapped the possum. The lady found out about it. His neighbor did, and she come and turned it loose and then called the game warden on him. Well, the game warden came to the guy first and said, you know, what happened? He said, well, possum was coming in, or raccoon, I can't remember which one. And he said, you know, it was a nuisance. He said, okay, that's the magic word. It's a nuisance. So you've got a right to protect your crops. Even though there's not, I don't think there's, you know, not a hunting season for possum anyway. So he said, but the guy said, I don't appreciate her coming over and releasing that thing. And the game warden says, well, I can write her a ticket for trespassing. And the guy said, you know, not this time, but go tell her, if you will. Go tell her next time that, you know, because he wanted the game warden to tell him, not something he was saying. Not that he wouldn't confront their neighbor, but she wouldn't believe him. And he says, next time this happens, I will press charges for trespassing, because she trespassed on his land to let that varmint go. So, you know, I don't think they worry about those kind of animals, but deer, that's a different story. And I'm sure you can scare the deer off. When I had a deer out here tearing stuff up, I did come out at night, and I had a shotgun. And I'm gonna have to put something about mentioning guns, but I shot it out, you know, shot it in the air or whatever, shot it toward the ground. Never shot the deer, just to scare him off. And then I thought, well, you know, I was doing it like 11 o'clock at night, and that's not, you know, real nice to do for the neighbors, even though I think people are used to it around here, because I'm not the only one that shoots it late at night. But then I went and got one of those foghorns that you get at Academy, and I just hit that button once, and that would scare them off. But it didn't solve the problem, because I can't do that every night. And so that really wasn't a good solution. I do think this fence is going to work. And if it don't work, like I say, I'm going to tell you if it works or don't work. That because it works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you, but it has been a good deterrent. It's all going to depend upon the pressure and how hungry that deer is. For me, so far, this has worked. I do think they can handle a good bit of pressure, just because a deer does not like jumping in small areas. Now, this is getting about as far apart as you want to get it. I would go 3 to 4 feet at the most, and some people actually make a true fence and have the dogs run down. I don't think that's necessary for deer. And some people say, why don't you let the dogs in here? Well, first off, my dogs sleep. They'll bark their heads off at times, but that's up around the house. They don't come down here to bark, so they don't know the deer are out here. And sometimes the deer will come at, you know, all times of the night, maybe early in the morning, and they will, you know, them deer get used to it. Them deer will stand. One time a deer was up over there, and I yelled at it. It ran there, stopped, went to eating again. I yelled at it again, like a maniac. And then he stopped and ran down there and stopped again. And I had to walk out and yell again, and finally I heard him jump the fence. So it was like 3 times I had to yell to get him off to where I couldn't see him anymore. And that's not very far. So they get acclimatized to dogs. They realize the dogs can't get to them, so they get closer and closer. I mean, they were staying just really close to the house, and that really frustrated them, because the dogs, they got where they wouldn't even bark at them. They can at least bark, you know, it still may not scare them. But I think certain dogs would do better. But this fence has worked really well. If not, get you a live trap if it's for the, you know, the possums or whatever. I may have to do that, or I may just come here at night and see if I can find him. Don't like doing that. And anybody says, well, you know, you shouldn't do that. Well, I either do that or I can't grow corn, you know, because they're going to do this every year. They found it, now they're going to come back to it. So you got to kind of protect yourself. It's the part of the garden that I don't like, but sometimes it's just necessary. And that's one thing, if you're going to garden, you have to make up your mind. And some people say, well, I just won't grow corn anymore, because that's the main thing they're going for. Well, that's fine. That's your decision. But I want to grow corn. And, you know, that's just one of the hard things about doing it. Like I say, I get no pleasure out of it. I like to fish. I'm just not a hunter. Not that there's anything wrong with hunting. We've hunted for many years. They keep, you know, there's a lot of places that we need deer hunters. If we didn't have deer hunters, they'd be running all over the place, starving to death. You know, it'd be a bad situation. But, and I've got a hunting club literally from my property line, not here, but from my property line, it's about 20 foot, or across, it actually butts up to the county road where my land goes to. So, but that's not enough to keep the deer down. It does keep, you know, probably helps, but they still come in here. And if you get a deer coming in here, sometimes it's hard to keep them from coming out. But anyway, just kind of letting you know that, you know, sometimes deer is going to be a problem. Sometimes pests are going to be a problem. Just find out what you're going to be willing to do and do it. Just don't catch and release. You know, that's first off, it's illegal. Second off, it's really cruel to the animals. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.